Imagine you're scrolling through YouTube looking for a video. How do you decide which video to watch? What stops your scroll and piques your interest? Sometimes you're searching for a particular concept, but even then, the feature that grabs your attention and invites you to click is the video's thumbnail and title. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Recommendations. If you're just starting on your YouTube journey, you're in the right place. Today we're going to talk about titles and thumbnails, and I'm going to show you two tools that I use for my titles and thumbnails, and those tools are vidIQ for title generation and Canva for thumbnail creation. These two tools are very easy to use, and I'm going to show you how I'm using the free versions of them to create my thumbnails and to also generate ideas and to come up with the titles for each of my videos. The first tool we're going to look at is vidIQ. vidIQ is a software designed to help YouTube creators optimize their channels and their videos. It's an SEO tool, which stands for Search Engine Optimization. Search engine optimization helps you to generate traffic to your channels and videos by optimizing the search engine results and driving them to your page. YouTube is the second largest search engine on the internet, second only to Google, who owns YouTube. vidIQ has a lot of features, but today we're just going to focus on the two that I use for my title generation, which are keyword search and generate. Right now I am using the free version, but there are a couple of options to upgrade with a paid plan. So you can see here, there's a couple of features that would be unlocked if I were to pay. On my dashboard here, you can see they're giving me daily video ideas. You can type in your own topic or title, which we'll go into in a little bit, and also search for a specific keyword. There are some keyword opportunities here that they're giving me based on the content of videos that I've already recorded. And these daily video ideas also have view predictions based on their SEO. Right now, I want to dive into keywords here. So this keyword search does a couple of things. Let's search something really basic like vlog. And when I search for that keyword, it's going to give me this overview here that shows me how high the search volume is, so how many people are looking for it, and then how high the competition is, so how many people are already creating videos about this specific keyword. So vlogs are actually ranking really high right now, mostly because that search volume is so high. So even though there's a high competition, according to vidIQ, the market isn't necessarily saturated, so to speak, and so it still has a high overall score. You could look for related keywords, and it's going to show you a couple of the options, some matching terms, and this allows you to get a little bit more specific. So let's say I wanted to look specifically at study blog. I go to study blog here. We see that once again the search volume is really high, but now that competition is only medium, and so the score is a little bit higher. We got a couple of matching keywords here. And if you scroll down, you can see trending videos specifically for that specific keyword search. I like to use a keyword search when I have a couple of ideas that I'm bouncing around and I want to know which one may be the most appealing to my audience. I don't use the keyword search necessarily to come up with brand new ideas because I already know what audience I'm making my videos for. And so I want to make sure that I'm not necessarily changing just to appease the search engine. And so I would say use keyword search kind of with a grain of salt, see what's popular, maybe figure out where there's high competition or high search volume, but don't live and die necessarily by the keyword search scores. So once I have an idea of what I want to make my video about, I'm going to go over here to generate. And if you've already generated titles, it's going to show you a couple of generated ideas when you generated them. But I'm going to start from scratch here. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm making my first video. So I'll just say, making my first YouTube video. And when I hit generate, it's gonna create this title for me and it's gonna give me this score. I saw before that green typically means good. So either it's really high volume with not so much competition or somewhere where there's a good balance between search volume and low competition. So maybe I'm not really happy with this 45 here. I am going to hit this little star here, and I have a couple of options here. I can change the tone, I can add excitement, which I think is fun, lots of all caps, and it's gonna give you an idea of what scores that would necessarily generate. Maybe I want to make it more educational. Again, it'll give me some suggestions and kind of show us the scores for each of those. So when I did this, I see that this one's really high. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that and hit apply. This is going to update. And now I can see, okay, this is a pretty good score for my first title. Another nice part about vidIQ in this generate is that it won't just give you a title, but it'll also auto-generate some of your descriptions, your tags, other things that you need to fill in when you're uploading your YouTube video. So here is just an auto-generated description, maybe just guessing what that video is gonna look like, and then a bunch of tags. The tags also have their own scores next to them. There is a thumbnail generator over here. I don't necessarily use the thumbnail generator, but definitely something to look into. Another nice feature is this outline here. So if you haven't written your script yet, but you know what you want your video to be like, vidIQ can go ahead and give you a suggestion of what each of your different sections of your video should be. And it will also potentially generate a script for you, but you need to upgrade to do that. And that's how I create my titles. Really straightforward. vidIQ is very easy to use. I'm using the free version. There is a limit to the number of AI generated titles that it will give you on the free version, but I found that this isn't really restrictive in terms of creating a title for one specific video. Overall, vidIQ is a fantastic tool for beginners. It helps to simplify the keyword search process, it helps to generate clickable titles, and it can provide nice action steps along the way. My only word of caution is to not get too caught up in the numbers. You really just want to make sure that your title and your content still remains authentic and valuable to your audience. Now that you've got your title, let's move on to your thumbnail. In my opinion, the thumbnail is even more important and is what's going to get a viewer to click on your video. So I think it's the most important place to focus your effort. The tool I've been using to create my thumbnail is Canva. Canva is an easy, beginner-friendly tool that has a lot of different applications. Once again, I just created a profile with my email, and this is the free version of Canva, but there is a paid version and it's called Canva Pro, but I'm just using the free version, and I'm gonna show you how far that can take you in terms of creating thumbnails. So I am on the templates page here. You can see there's a lot of different types of templates you can create. But right now we are specifically looking for YouTube thumbnails, which is an option right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and just type it in. And when we type in YouTube thumbnail, you can see there's a lot of different options that automatically pop up. Anything that have this little crown on it here is something that you have to pay for with the pro version, and some are templates that others make you pay for just based on who created them. And one thing I like to do before choosing my thumbnail is to kind of scroll through YouTube and look at similar videos and the types of thumbnails that other creators are using, specifically creators that seem to be getting a lot of views. So I'm gonna go to YouTube and just making my first YouTube video and check out some of those thumbnails. And what I see here are a lot of people who are using the faces of the creator, maybe some big text, nothing too complex really. So I found this template that I really like, and I'm going to hit this button to customize it. First thing I'll do is remove this image here and upload my own. You can upload in a variety of different ways, whether it's locally or through some sort of cloud storage. I already have this photo here. Screen. And now if I go to position and layers, I can see where on the screen this is, and I want it to be all the way at the back. So when I pull it to the back, now everything else is in front of it. A couple of other things I can do now that I'm in layers is just grab everything by holding Shift and move that all to the side. If I go to design and styles, I can change the coloring just based on a couple of different styles. So maybe your channel has a typical color palette or a font that you really like. This is a really fun way to kind of use that here. But I liked this font, but maybe I just want to change the individual color here. You can go ahead and click on color. I really like purple. I want that to be the same purple. One important feature is being able to align everything. So within position and arrange, you can kind of make sure everything is centered. Okay, and in just a couple minutes, I've created this thumbnail that I'm pretty happy with. So I can go ahead and hit share, download. I'm gonna download as a PNG. And now I have my very first thumbnail image. Canva is absolutely one of the best free tools for creating thumbnails, specifically because it's so beginner friendly with the ability to use templates. And even in just a couple of minutes, you're able to make something that looks incredibly professional. Some general tips about titles and thumbnails. I've mentioned a couple times now, it's really easy to get caught up in the numbers, but really you want to follow your instincts. If there's a title that really doesn't feel like you, even if it has a better score on vidIQ, that doesn't mean you should necessarily go with it. You want to stick with your own brand and what feels authentic to your channel and to yourself. The best way to do that is to really focus on your audience. What do you think your audience is going to want to watch? What do you think that your audience is going to want to click on? By focusing on your audience, you can really stay true to what your channel's purpose is. A couple more technical tips. It's a really good idea to make sure that your title has different words than the words that are within your thumbnail. You have very limited real estate to get a viewer interested in clicking on your video, so don't duplicate your efforts by having the exact same words in your title and in your thumbnail. Another thing that I like to do is to put my title and my thumbnail into one of these websites that allows you to see what your video is going to look like while people are scrolling on YouTube. So whether you're optimizing your titles in vidIQ or you're creating thumbnails in Canva, you're making steps to make sure that your video gets noticed. The options can feel really overwhelming, but just start simple and play around and figure out what works best for you. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please subscribe below and follow along as I continue to investigate different tools that help us build YouTube videos together. And I would love to hear in the comments what tools you want me to investigate next. Thanks and see you next time.